Let's get into it. Y'all know, are the card rewards about to get up out of here? And also, significant disclaimer again, y'all know before me in the sense of y'all will see how long this episode is, but I'm pretty sure this episode is probably going to be a lengthy one just because the article, um, when I was just skimming over to see, I always skim over just to see how long the articles are. Don't read them ahead of time, but to see how long the articles are so I can prep myself for how long I'm going to be on here. But it seemed like this is a pretty lengthy article. But here we go. Double check. Oh yeah, is Congress going to kill credit card rewards? Not it need an act of Congress, as they say, act of God, act of Congress. Gonna need an act of Congress to get these credit card rewards up out of here. Supporters of the Credit Card Competition Act. Wait, Credit Card Competition Act say it may lower store prices. Opponents argue may decimate the perks. Ooh, that come with your plastic. See, I don't read these articles ahead of time. I have no idea what this article is about, but that sort of looks like it's just by that initial headline is that we might be getting to not Congress like ending credit card rewards themselves, but how many points or rewards you get may actually be taking an impact. And this is by Kenley Young, updated February 23rd, 2024. All right, and edited by Aaron Hurd. All right, here we go. Let's get into it, y'all. Credit card rewards are so common these days, obviously. So expected, even that they can seem untouchable. I wouldn't say untouchable, but that could change. Legislation known as the credit card. I feel like my whole mic, my setup is all off. My bad, y'all. Look at me doing terrible. I felt this way the whole time that I was setting up, but I guess not. Legislation known as the Credit Card Competition Act. That's just a crazy name. Credit Card Competition Act. First introduced in Congress 2022, is described by sponsors as encouraging competition in electronic credit transactions. Aren't 99% of transactions electronic credit transactions? But if lawmakers end up passing the measure, opponents say it could also torpedo the rich rewards and perks that cardholders have enjoyed for years. I would say this is not something that's probably going to get passed anytime soon. I'd be surprised if it gets passed this year. Even though, I'm like 4 months behind on reading an article. Almost 4 months to the day, right? Will consumers lose? Probably, wrote Brian Riley, director of the Credit Advisory Service at Mercator Advisory Group in August 2022 post to the Mercator blog. The rewards program will dry up just as they did with debit card. Interesting. Yeah, I remember debit card rewards. Yeah, debit. My PFI. They might still have them. I remember debit card rewards. Those have gone away. They were a thing roughly 10 years ago. I mean, obviously before that, but yeah, I don't even know if debit card rewards is still a thing. The legislation failed to pass in 2022. So they're already trying to get this through. Too many things going on in 2022, I assume. This is the first I'm hearing about it. But its sponsors reintroduced it in June 2023. Here's what's behind the measure and what it can mean for your wallet if it passes. Here we go. So some more fear mongering, as that one guy said that I do. This is NerdWallet. I wouldn't consider NerdWallet a left or a right type of company. It is help people with their money. Merchants push for lower fees. Credit card rewards are funded, at least in part, by fees. You have to 3% usually. That's why sometimes when you go use your credit card somewhere, they may charge you a 3% fee. They're just passing that fee on to you, like in front of your face, versus inflating their prices overall. When you use a credit card to make a purchase, the retailer rate is charged 1 to 3% of the transaction amount in order to accept your payment and have it processed securely. It's called interchange, aka a swipe fee, and it's set by the payment network. This would be Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover. Right? Am I right in that? I definitely know Visa and MasterCard. Anyway, by the payment network, and that credit card runs on. Again, I don't read these articles ahead of time. I swear. I know it has to be crazy when y'all are watching me and y'all see me like I say something that's just like right there on the screen, and then I'm like, I don't read this article ahead of time, nor do I read ahead. I don't. Portions of that fee go to various parties, including the payment network, as well as the bank that issues your credit card. Interchange fees are largely visible to consumers, but they've long been a sore subject, right, for many merchants. This is true. Yes, merchants I'm not gonna say a particular demographic, but if you know the demographic I'm talking about, that will charge you that fee. They own a particular set of businesses like hair stores, food places. Anyways, yes, merchants have forever hated this fee. I think it's just interesting. I mean, yes, the merchants get charged that fee, so it's 3%, right? So for every $100, they're losing $3. And sure, they got to pay a fee, but I mean, hey, if you want to accept these cards, especially well, I mean, we're not 100% there, but I mean, how close do you want to be to 100% that we transition to pretty much a cashless society? I mean, now there's I wonder if you accept Apple Pay, and I don't know whatever it's called like for Androids, but if you accept Apple Pay, I wonder if they still have to. My guess is they still have to pay this processing, even though you don't actually have a physical card. Interesting. All right, as of now, they're saying, wait, excuse me. But they've been long sore subject for merchants, especially small business owners who call them burdensome, expensive, and restricted. As of now, I mean, you got to think about it. For every $100, you got to lose out on 3%. I mean, that 3% gone, right? So you only make 97%. It's like I say all the time, like with taxes. I mean, in general, in short, the lowest tax rate is 10%, at least at the federal level. So you can only live off of 90% of your money because you're paying a minimum of 10%. You're adding state tax, it's more than that for people who pay state taxes, but it's a minimum, a maximum of 90% that you can live off of. So every $100 you make, you only get to keep 90. I mean, my goodness. But yes, for small business owners, for every $100 they make, they only get to keep 97. And obviously it's way less than that because they have other expenses. As of now, if a merchant accepts Visa credit card as payment, for example, it must be processed through the Visa network. The same goes MasterCard, Discover. Okay, right. MasterCard, Discover, and American Express, the other three. But the Credit Card Competition Act will require that banks of a certain size give merchants more choice when it comes to which payment network can be used for processing transactions involving their cards. So I don't know why this Credit Competition Act didn't go through. I know they got to come up with something different, right, to bring it up again. But if the first time they try to push this through, what was that, in 2022, they were trying to get the banks to do something, well, better chance of hell freezing over. Don't ask these big. What you gonna make Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, right? You gonna make them do something? I mean, I wouldn't. Pun intended. I wouldn't bank on that. I mean, my goodness. All right. Oh, excuse me. They'd have to allow merchants, the banks here. They allow the merchants to choose more choice, more than one network to choose, and per the bill, they have to allow merchants a choice of more than one network, and per the bill, those networks cannot be affiliated. Okay, so when it says per the bill, I'm thinking bill like a bill you get for, like going out to eat or something. It's the same per the bill of the law. Those networks cannot be affiliated with each other, nor can they be only the two networks with the largest market share of credit cards issued, which means Visa and MasterCard, which combine for more than 80% market share.